Hey, good morning. How you doing? All right, we're gonna start right away playing some 8 on a hand. So again, just make sure what we talked about last time. The stick. Here's your hand. Put the stick right in the middle. Thumb on the side. Wrap your fingers around. Make sure that first finger is in line with your thumb. Keep all the fingers touching. Okay, and then we have our relaxed position where our hands by our side. We have our set position. Hands are flat. We could bounce something on top if we wanted. Then we have our up position. And we'll go ahead and play 8 on a hand. And foot, take, foot. Oh, and I got my metronome here, sorry. It's not making any sound today. All right, cool, we'll do it without it. And foot, take, ready, and go. Again, 2, and foot, take, ready, and. This time we'll go a little faster, and foot, take, ready, go. This time we're going to do right hand only, so you can put your left hand to the side. And 1, 2, right hand, go. Left hand this time. And 1, 2, left hand, go. Awesome. All right, cool. So that's a little 8 on a hand for us to start there. We're going to jump right into rhythm stuff today. So if you haven't downloaded or opened those pages out of the packet that I attached, just make sure that you go ahead and pause really quick, get those out. We're going to start on page 1-2. 1-2. Awesome. And then again, hopefully you kind of can have that page up to the side while I'm talking through it here. We're looking at line 1, just to show you on here what hopefully you're looking at. 1-2. The line numbers have the numbers here. Okay. All right. Now, I wish my metronome worked here. Let me see if I can get it to work. That's interesting. Okay, so line 1, remember half notes get 2 beats. For this, we're just going to say 1. We let 2 go, but we're still tapping our foot, thinking about the tempo. And then we say the quarter notes. Quarter notes get the beat. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so if we're counting line 1, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, ready, count. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. And the reason we're only counting to 2 is because of the time signature, which is where it has the 2 over the 4. That just means we have 2 beats in a measure, okay? Now, if we look at line 6, what's our time signature? 4-4. So that means we have how many beats in a measure? 4 is correct, okay? So we're going to count to 4 each time, okay? So it kind of gives you the counting there. So let's count through this. This is half notes on line 6. 1, 2, ready, and count. 1, 3, 1, 3. Then let's stop right here. That little box that's on top of the line, that's a half rest. So remember that gets 2 beats. Okay, go back to counting 6. 1, 3, 1, 3, rest, rest, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1. Okay? So take a little time, look through the rest of that page on your own. Just make sure that you understand that those half notes get 2 beats, quarter notes get 1 beat. So if you look down at 18, if we play it together, I want you to kind of look through it really quick. Froze there for a second at the end. Okay, so we're on 18, counting and air sticking. And 1, 2, count, air stick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. All right, now I'm going to say all the numbers out loud this time, even the ones where I'm not necessarily playing, just so you can kind of follow along and see how with the playing, but what your brain is going to be doing is saying all the numbers, always watching the music. Okay, here we go. 18 playing, and 1, 2, 18 play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So just kind of look through those on your own a little bit. Make sure that you understand half notes get 2 beats is the biggest thing. Okay. Turn over to 1-3. And again, 1-3 should look like this. Just right on the next page. I'm talking about the whole note. Remember, the whole note gets 4 beats. So for us, we're only going to play one time, but we'll think 2, 3, 4 when we play. Okay. So line 1, I'm going to go ahead and just count it and play. 1, 2. Here's line 1. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note, whole note. 2, 3, 4. Quarter, rest. Quarter, whole note. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so look through some of that page. Try to practice counting, practice playing, and that'll be great. Now we're turning over to 1-5. 1-5. And again, I attached all these pages in the Google Classroom on the same post as the link. So just make sure you can pull those up and look at them as we're playing them. Okay, so 8th notes, 2 notes per 1 beat. So if here's our beat, our 8th notes get 2. 1 take, 2 take, 3 take, 4 take, 1. See if you can do that with me. Ready? And clap, clap, ready, and count. 1 take, 2 take, 3 take, 4 take, 1. Cool. Now, line 1, let's go ahead and count it. I want you to look at it first. So look at line 1. Think about how that's going to sound. Think about how the 8th notes are fast and the quarter notes are right on the beat. And do you think that you can count it correctly right away? All right, let's try it. Counting line 1. And foot, count right here. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4, 1. Cool, let's try to play that much. And foot, and ready, and 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4. 1 take, 2 take, 3, 4, 1. Cool. All right, now let's try 6. Look at 6. Think about it in your brain first. And let's try to count an air stick on 6. And 1, 2, and count air stick. 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take, 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take, 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take, 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take. And on that one, we end on a left hand. Okay. All right, let's try to play it. Line 6. And foot, and ready, and 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take, 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take, 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take, 1, 2, 3 take, 4 take. Now the next one, line 10, we go back to what time signature? See if you can find the time signature. 2-4 is correct. 2-4, how many beats are in a measure? 2 is hopefully what you got, which means we count to 2 every measure. Now remember, the measures end where the line starts. So on 10, when we're counting, you have 1 take 2, 1 take 2. And then I want you to look through the rest of that line, see if you can figure out how to count it yourself really quick. Good, let's try it together. So we're counting line 10. Foot, foot, and count line 10. 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, tay, 1, 2, 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, tay, 1. Let's try to play that. And foot, foot, and ready, 10. 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, tay, 1, 2, 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, 1, tay, 2, tay, 1. Cool, and then you can look over the rest of that page on your own. You could always pause, kind of go through some of the rest of the page on your own, or you can come back to it later, okay? All right, let's turn to 1-6. Now we're on 1-6. And 1-6 is a combination of a lot of things. We have half notes, eighth notes, quarter notes, all types of things. But those first two lines are just quarter notes going straight to eighth notes, okay? So we're going to do this one a little faster, counting a little faster on line 1. And we're going to count and air stick line 1. So we're going a little quicker. And foot, foot, ready, count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 tay, 2 tay, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 tay, 2 tay, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1. All right, let's try to play that. And foot, foot, ready, and. Good. Now, line 6, think about how it's different. It's pretty close to the same, but it's a little different. And we're starting with the eighth notes first. All right, here we go. Line 6. And foot, foot, ready, and. Cool. Let's look at line 53. So we're skipping down the page a little bit. Look at line 53. What's our time signature? 4/4, which means how many beats in a measure? 4. Awesome. So we're going to make sure that we count to 4 every measure. Okay. All right. Look through it on your own. Think about where the rests are. Remember, on the rest, we're not going to say numbers for now. Okay. So where do those rests happen? And then once the rest happens, what are you going to say as the next number? Okay. Because you have to remember that rest is a number even though you don't say it. So when you go to the next beat, you have to say the next number. So it's a little tricky. Okay, look through it on your own. 53. All right, cool. Let's go through it together. So we're counting 53. And foot, foot, and 53. 1, 2, 3, tay, 4, tay, 1, 2, 3, tay, 4, tay, 1, 2, tay, 3, 4, tay, 1, rest. 3 tay, 4, rest. 2, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1. Yeah, so those last two bars, you have a quarter note on 1, you rest on beat 2, 3 tay, 4, rest on beat 1, 2, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1. Okay, let's try to play it. 1, 2, and ready, and 1, 2, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1, 2, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1, 2 tay, 3, 4 tay, 1. Rest, 3 tay, 4, rest, 2, 3 tay, 4 tay, 1. Cool. Now, if you didn't get that exactly correct, just rewind it and play it a few times till you start, till you really make sure that you understand that and you get it absolutely correct. Okay. All right. Let's turn to page 2-1. So jump it a little bit back in the book, or in your, if you have the files, it's just the next thing in the files there. 2-1 is the sticking exercises. Okay, it's important that you play through these every day. You can either do line by line or try to do the full page altogether. Our goal is to be able to play the full page straight down, but if you need to just go line by line for now, that's fine. And actually, we'll go line by line today, and then maybe tomorrow we'll try to do a little bit bigger chunks, okay? All right, so this is line A going to line B. And 1, 2, line A, and go. And I stopped on my left hand because we're always assuming that we're going to the next line. So A, da 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 da, then we stop on B. Okay. So when we play B, if we end on C, what hand are we going to stop with? So look at C, right hand. Okay, so I'm going to play B. I'm going to stop with my right hand. Here we go. Line B. 1, 2, line B, and go. Line C, and 1, 2, C, and go. Line D, 1, 2, line D, and go. Line E, 1, 2, line E, and go. Good. Now, if there's any of these lines that you mess up, just pause, rewind it a little bit, or pause and play it by yourself. Make sure you got it, and then continue on. The other thing about this page is you want to make sure every single note you place has the same volume. So on E, incorrect version would if I sound like this. I kind of have two different sounds there. Okay, I want every sound to be the same. Knock, 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 knock. So make sure you're getting those similar sounds. Okay, let's look at line F. And 1, 2, F, ready, and. Now that's one that's usually pretty tricky for people, so we'll do it one more time, and then also if you didn't get it, just pause and play through it on your own. Make sure you got it right, okay? Or rewind and play it with me again. Here's F again, letter F. 1, 2, letter F, and go. Next one, letter G. 1, 2, letter G, and go. Letter H, and 1, 2, letter H, and go. Letter I, and 1, 2, letter I, and go. And letter J. 1, 2, letter J, and go. And we always add an extra right hand on there on the end, just to make sure it sounds like a final thing, okay? So if you missed any of those, pause, work on them a little bit, make sure you got them, or rewind and just go through that whole thing again, that whole page with me. Our goal is to connect them all, get them straight through, and we will try to play through that tomorrow, okay? All right, other than that, I've also attached a page that's towards the back, and let me make sure that I have the right one before I say it. It's in the 4s, and that is 4-1, okay? Now, on 4-1, it's a bunch of notes on the staff, okay? So just to remind what the notes on the staff are, and hopefully this is going to come out correct and not backwards, but I'll try to make sure I post a sheet that says this too, okay? So remember, we're using the treble clef for now. This is our treble clef. The notes on the spaces, you have F, A, C, and E. And then the notes on the lines, we have every good boy does fine, okay? So all I want you to do for this is just go through this page and make sure that you can read the notes. You don't have to play them on anything, but make sure you can read all the notes on this page. You should be able to read every note on this page. Now on line 2, there's some notes that are underneath, okay? And we'll talk about those later. Just skip over them if you don't recognize them. But every note that's on the staff, you should be able to recognize, okay? So for example, so we just showed the F-A-C-E, every good boy does fine. So if I delete this, I'm going to give you a few practice rounds here to guess some notes. So here's our first note. So think about what the spaces are, how the spaces go here, 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 here. What are these letters? So what is this note? That's an A, okay? Hopefully you got an A. All right, let's try one more. So the 4th line, so think about the letters on the lines. Letter, 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 letter. And that note is a D, okay? So go through on 4-1, and you're just going to read the notes, and I'll give you an example. So right now I'm looking at 4-1. I'm just reading like I'm reading a book. E, E, F, F, G. Then I go to the second line, G, A, and I'm going to go all the way down the page just to make sure I'm practicing reading the notes, okay? And that's all we're working on for today. So make sure you make it through that whole page, that everything is going well. Again, email me if you have any questions, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, okay? And hope all that makes sense, and we will see y'all soon. All right.